Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Henry and welcome back to another aviation talk. And today we are again talking about drones, Canadian aviation industry, the new Canadian drone regulations, June 1st, 2019. Basically my last video, if you haven't watched it already, go take a quick look. It's basically describing the new regulations. Under Advanced Operator Certificate, so that section, it basically says for your drone to be able to fly in advanced operations, it has to be on a certain list. This list is Transport Canada's RPAS Safety Assurance. So RPAS is, or RPAS, or however you want to say it, it means remotely piloted aircraft system. It's the new way of saying UAV or drone, etc. So basically to be able to fly within 5 kilometers of airports, do certain operations, pretty much what we SFOC drone operators, we've been doing for a long time now. You need to have pretty much a drone on this list, which currently they're all kind of like $30,000 to $40,000 drones. So that's basically saying that you're not allowed to fly in Toronto or another area that has a lot of airports, helipads, etc. unless if you have a $30,000 drone. And this is why a lot of mid-sized to small-sized operators, such as myself, I'm a complex operator right now, I have been for 5 years, won't be allowed to fly in vast areas of Canada anymore, which is crazy, right? Because I've been flying next to airports very often. I have my PPL, so again, I'm a pilot myself. I've been flying airplanes for a few years, well, I think since 2012. But besides the point, basically what that means is that you won't be able to fly these guys. So if you are a DJI owner right now, you're kind of freaking out, because if you have a DJI Phantom 3, 4, 4 Pro, even Inspire, Matrix, the entire series, you're not on that list. So even if you've spent like 10, 20 grand on like a Matrix or something, you won't be allowed to fly that at all in Toronto or near Barrie or like Vancouver, any of these cities, because of course, again, you have your helipads, things like that. And that's where the story came that everyone's freaking out now, because it's like, oh my gosh, I can't fly anymore, I can't do this. With that being said, I do have some good news, and this comes from my personal source. I actually emailed DJI about this because, again, I have been using DJI products for 5 years now. And they're a great quality product, they do the job, they're very heavily supported, and overall I think that they're doing a lot better with their safety programs now, right? Because there was a large controversy that Phantoms, for example, are really easy to buy now. Anyone can buy a drone and fly them everywhere, but of course you have the new geofencing and everything else, cool. So I basically asked DJI what they're doing about this. I basically asked them in an email, hey guys, how's it going? I'm an operator, etc. Look, are you guys gonna get on this safety assurance list? Because there's a whole whack load of us that are freaking out right now because we're not gonna be allowed to continue our advanced operations, as they're called now, because you guys don't have a single drone on this list. Do you plan on getting on the list? Do you know about this list? What are you doing? Are you talking to Transport Canada? And within a day, I got a reply from DJI. Thank goodness, and I'm gonna read this quote for quote. This is what they said. Greetings from DJI. What a way to start an email. Thank you for informing us. Actually, we've already been dealing with this issue. There's no need to worry about it right now. Thanks for your interest in DJI, best regards. Cool, so basically they know the issue, they're working on it. Chances are there shouldn't really be any issue with DJI getting on that list, considering that there's a lot of great systems out there, especially high-end, that have multiple receivers on the drones, especially on the matrices, you know, like they have 3, sometimes 4 antennas for that GPS alone. There's a lot of safety redundancies and a lot of really cool like parachute systems that you can use as well. Again, that's still in development. So if you are a DJI user like myself, or maybe even a Parrot, or all these other smaller drones that are meant for mid to smaller size businesses, I would not freak out just yet. These regulations have just been announced. Don't freak out, there's still a lot of time until June. You're still allowed to keep doing what you're doing right now. Again, the new regulations don't come into effect until this summer. But just talking to DJI, they actually sent me 2 emails, pretty much the same thing. The companies are working, because like to get on this list, the companies themselves, so like DJI, Parrot, 3DR doesn't exist anymore. They actually have to talk to Transport Canada themselves and explain why their drones deserve to be on the list, what safety requirements do they meet, things like that. So DJI has pretty much said that they're working on it. There's no need to worry about it. Thank goodness, because for a second there I was freaking out myself. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it at this time. And yeah, everything's still new. Heck, regulations are still able to change. They aren't enforced yet. So yeah, fingers crossed that things are gonna get not as scary. No. Like over my 5 years as an operator, I've used Phantom 3 Pros right next to London International Airport. I've used them next to Muskoka Airport, Barrie Lake Simcoe Regional Airport. And there's a lot of great laws that are in effect right now. So like whenever I do that, I have to coordinate with NAV Canada, local operators, etc. And of course, as a commercial operator, I have to have all these safety redundancies. I need to have my spotter, I need to have control, security on the site. And very often, like if you're close to airports, less and less though, that a NOTAM's published. So as you can see, everyone, I wouldn't be too worried right now. All the companies are working with, or at least DJI anyways, are working with Transport Canada to get their drones on the advanced list, right? So fingers crossed that happens. It probably will. They are really great pieces of kit. But let me know if you have any questions, comments below. Do you have any news about other operators getting on the list? Have you contacted Transport Canada at all in regards to this? Let us know in the comments below. Let's get a good, smart conversation going here. Let's see what you guys heard and or what you guys know. All right, so anyways, have a great day, everyone. Thanks again for listening, and as always, fly safe and happy landings.